10 Tuesday. Yay! It's become one of my favorite things to do. This subject is very important to me and something I want to bring awareness to, not only for those who may be in a toxic or abusive relationships, but also for loved ones who may have somebody who's in a toxic or abusive relationship. There are signs, there are things you can see, look for, and hopefully these tools will help you in identifying them and encourage you to then take action, because when you are in the being abused stage, it's very hard to get out, and it's hard to sometimes even realize you're in that position, that you're in an abusive relationship. So I hope to educate and encourage. To ease today. Do a lot of T's today, or my E's. I want to encourage and I want to educate those on signs that you're in a toxic or abusive relationship. All right, let's get started. Okay, I'm not even going to count this as one, and so I really don't want to put it on my countdown, because I want my countdown to be box. What's out of the box and out of the norm? And this is any kind of physical abuse. If you are getting hit, pinched, restrained, anytime someone is handling you or touching you in a harmful way that you are not okay with, is physical abuse. I don't feel like that one needs to go on the list. I think it's kind of a given that it is. You're definitely in an abusive or a toxic relationship. If you are in one of these relationships, get out. Get out. I know it's scary. I have been there. Find someone safe. Go to a safe place. Go to a church. Find a safe house. Find a way to get out of that situation. I know they'll say they'll never do it again. They will. They will. It's just a matter of time. As soon as they feel that they've got you hooked, they'll do it again. That's just kind of a freebie bonus that I think needed addressed. Number 10, they isolate you from your friends, from your family. They will either find ways to keep you away from them, or they will find ways to get them out. Just get them out of your life completely. And if only it stopped there. It doesn't. Then what they do is those that still stay around and support you, they convince you, they are the ones causing trouble. You see this happening, or if you feel this happening, where you just feel kind of isolated, like you're only allowed to be with them. They have full control over where you are, when you are going to be there, and you can only be with them. And if you're going to be with other people, they better be with you, because they don't want you to talk to anyone other than them. Don't let them convince you that those who are sticking around through all the BS convince you that somehow they are the bad guys. They're not. They love you. So keep that in mind, because you are going to need all the love and support that you can. So now we're at number 9. And I kind of put a bunch together because they're all generally the same thing. If they are always very critical of you or things that you do or don't do, if they're very critical, they're yelling at you a lot of the time, their vulgar language towards you, degrading you, making you feel like you are not good enough for anything, them, your goals, your dreams. If they are not your biggest cheerleader, but they are telling you that you're not worth it and they're degrading you, get them out, because you are worth it. You are worth everything you've worked for. You're worth everything you're gonna work for. Don't let them do that. Don't let them belittle you and make you feel less than who you are, because you are a person. You are life and you are meant to have that life be full and happy. Verbal abuse in any way, shape, or form, get out. You do not need that toxicity in your life. Trust me, because once it gets out, it is so relieving. Trust me, the relief is unmeasurable. All right, number 8. I'm just so stressed and I was just so jealous. I thought they were trying to take you away from me, and I was afraid that maybe you would make more money than me, or whatever it could be. They justify their behavior. Yeah, they know it wasn't so great, but it was because of these abstract ideas. It's the extreme, like when they are treating you really bad on a regular basis, they love to turn it around on you. Never their fault. If you're in that situation, again, get them out. All right, number 7, lucky number 7. Anyone's lucky number 7, I don't know. Mind games. The mind games are incredible. I don't know where they learn these tools. I don't know where they learn these mind games. They have to take so much energy to keep track of all of that. I don't know. I think they're ridiculous, but they will play mind games with you. They will twist and turn everything and distort it and make it sound like, one of the biggest ones is make them sound like they are the best thing that's happened to you. Just side note, they should not be the ones convincing you that they're the best thing that's happened to you. You should make that decision on your own. If they're the ones telling you, be careful. But they will find a way to make you feel like it's your fault and you're the problem. And they are not responsible at all for anything going on. Well, you have to stay with me because there's no one else who would love you like I would. I have said this, but I'm not using it in an excuse for bad behavior. I love you so much. There's no one that's ever going to love you as much as me because I just adore you. There's a difference. There's a difference. And there's the mind game. They take something that can be so sweet and so real and twist it. It was really them saying, you suck so much. You better stick with me because no one else is going to put up with your crap. You know what? It's time to stop taking their crap. Just saying. Okay. As you've probably guessed, I've been in an abusive relationship. So some of this I'm talking on experience, and the other part is watching it from other people, learning about it in nursing school. Number 6, they make you doubt yourself, where you don't trust yourself to make your own decisions. You don't trust yourself to do the right thing. You don't trust yourself to do anything. And then they make you just feel like you're crazy. If you are being treated in any of these ways, you are not the crazy one. I can't stress that enough. Don't let them do it to you. Have faith in yourself. And if they don't have faith in you and they don't want to help you with your goals and what you want to do in life, send them packing. Number 5, halfway through. Okay, they give you no privacy. I mean, no privacy at all. They are constantly checking your phone and your email and your Facebook and throwing a fit about something that they see that is so innocent. They don't give you any privacy to talk to your family members or your friends because honestly, they're scared that if they're not there, what are you going to say? What are you going to say about them? What are you going to, are you going to let them out? Are you going to out them and how they're treating you and somehow be able to turn them then against them? Fully possible. They prevent you from going to events or reunions or weddings without them, because again, you might talk to another person without them being there. And worse yet, if it's someone from the opposite sex, boom, clearly you're cheating. If I really was that worried about it, I wouldn't want to be with someone I was that worried about going to their class reunion without me. If I'm worried about it, then either I'm out of check or they've done something to make me feel that way, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth the stress. Okay, here we go. It's when they're constantly calling you, they're constantly texting you, they're constantly wanting to know where you are, who you're with, what you're doing, when you're going to be done, when you're going to come home. You know, oh my goodness. Or they hold you back from maybe reaching out and trying new things. If my significant other were to be like, I don't want you to do that because you might meet someone else who's better than me, and then you're gonna leave me. Or, you know, they hold you back. They don't want you to step any forward, because if you step forward, then you might find someone else who's better than them. You know what my answer to that is? If you're that worried about it, then step it up. Every partner should walk into a room knowing and feeling they are the best treated, taken care of person in their relationship in the room, and they should have no doubt of that. Keep that in mind. That's Dr. Phil. That's not even me. Okay. All right. Always expecting perfection out of you. Nobody is perfect. Not me, not anyone I'm ever going to date, not anyone you're ever going to date. Nobody is perfect, okay? Just find someone that's perfect for you. But if they're expecting perfection out of you all the time, and it's never their fault. Oh my goodness, it's never their fault. Always your fault, or, you know, someone else made them do it. It's not always your fault. In fact, in most situations, it's a combination of the two. So that's when you talk about it, you figure it out. Communication is great. Yelling is not. Just say it. Okay. When they have sudden mood changes. But I mean, like, they go from the sweetest, most romantic, loving person you could ever imagine, and you feel like the luckiest person in the world, and like that, all of a sudden you were like, oh my gosh, they become violent and mean and volatile, and you're like, what just happened here? Like, I'm talking about like major mood swings. It's like they know the perfect amount of sweetness it's going to take to carry you through those crazy times, because just when you're ready to be like, I'm done with the crazy, done, cannot do it anymore, boom, they do something amazingly sweet and thoughtful, and even a great apology, or they bring flowers, or they take you out to this fancy dinner. It's like they always know when you are right there ready to vamoose, boom, they turn on the charm. And they'll keep that charm on as long as they need to, till they feel confident and you're not going anywhere. You're feeling the love, you're feeling it. Then the crazy comes and you're like, oh my gosh. And then they make you feel guilty when you say anything, because I did this for you and I did this for you. Then they start pulling up all the stuff that they've done for you to prove that they're not a jerk. I'm not necessarily saying you need to vocalize all the things that they've done to prove they are a jerk, but keep them here. Stay logical. In every relationship, I think it is truly important to engage your brain and your heart. And if both of them don't agree, it's time to check yourself. If they do match, awesome. You're in a great set of hands. Don't let them go. Okay. I also wanted to say that a lot of times when we think of abusive relationships, we think of them being the male and female, right? It's what all movies are. Here's the problem. In the movies, they make it so obvious, right? Where you can watch from the outside looking in, you're looking at like, he is the biggest jerk. Oh my gosh, how can she be so stupid? That's not how it starts. Whether they're male, female, I've seen it both. I've been a part of obviously one half of that. They don't start off being a jerk. They don't start off belittling you and being hyper jealous. In fact, they'll tell you that they're not a jealous person. Keep on watching. They become a jealous person. It's all talk. They start off sweet. They will romance you and charm you until you are on cloud nine, and then it starts. Now, the other thing that I wanted to say on this is it's not always the man. I have seen where it's the woman who is abusive to the man. Once you cut a man down, man, it's a sad sight to see. It really is. And they end up staying in these awful relationships where they have a number of these things going on too. It is not just females who get abused, it's men too. These weren't things that I just popped out of my head. It's from a website, and I just wanted to expound on things from experience. Their shoulders are humped and they're not acting like themselves. Take a look. Take a good look. And if you know somebody who is in any of these situations, or if you are in one of these situations, if you're in, get out. If you can say yes to one or two of these things minimum, you need to get help. You need to get out. It doesn't have to be abusive. Some of these things aren't necessarily abusive, but it sure is toxic. And one of my biggest things right now is getting rid of toxic people in your life. And that can be your partner, friends, acquaintances. I mean, if your job is toxic, get that out of there. You don't need that in your life. Life is going to throw a bunch of curves at you, and it's going to get nasty, and there's times where it's going to be really sad. You don't want your significant other to make those moments worse. You want the one who you want to go home to, who makes you feel safe, who is going to help you through the storm, who's going to be by your side and be the strength and encouragement that you need to do what you want to do in life, what you need to do in life. Another sign is if you have a lot of friends that like stop hanging out with you, don't want to be around you anymore, if you're with a significant other, gotta be careful. Look at why. Look at why. There's two scenarios that I know about that. Sometimes friends don't want you to be with your significant other because they take time away from them, because maybe you make them a better person and they like the old one. So, gotta get this girl out. Or maybe it's just a matter of being territorial. They want your attention. They don't want them to have the attention. They don't want to share. So get them out. Or could be they're not coming around because they don't want to be around the toxic person that you have chosen to have around you all the time. And if they're anything like most abusive people, they're around all the time because you can't be alone with them. Their jealousy radar is sky high. So if you're in any of these situations, I invite you to find a church, find an outreach program, find a safe house, find a friend, find somebody. Reach out to somebody to help you get out of this situation. I wasn't strong enough to get out on my own. I was in a very abusive situation, and I was not strong enough to get out on my own. I finally got myself together to realize I needed out, but I wasn't strong enough to actually do it. And sometimes you just need to be that friend. You need to be the friend that says, wake up to what's going on. I'm going to help you get out. Share this video. Oh my goodness. Share this video if you know anybody who is in a bad relationship, a toxic relationship. You need to be safe. You need to be safe physically, emotionally, and mentally, and spiritually. You need to be with someone who's going to make you the best you, that makes you feel good about yourself. Let people help you. Okay, I'm going to go off my rampage now, and I'm going to thank you for listening to me. I really have grown to learn to love T's Top 10 Tuesdays, and these are people we care about, and it's time to make a difference. It's time to be that strong-willed friend that stands up for your friend. They may get a little upset with you, and that's okay. You're doing what's best for them. Once they see it, they will be so grateful that you love them enough to stick around even when they try to chase you out or whatever. So on that, I salute you. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you soon. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.